Right, I'd like you to treat me as a pupil at the train stage, yeah?
Okay.
I've got a test coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And you're filling in for my regular instructor, Fred, who can't make it today.
Yep.
But he has got the same car as you, so I am familiar with the controls. He said today he was going to look at my use of speed, my position for normal driving, and could you just check to see if any hesitancy's in there?
Yep. Okay.
So for this phase you can call me Tony.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
So you okay with the word picture?
Yep. Trained, speed, progress, hesitancy.
Right.
Hi Tony, I'm Lewis.
Hi Lewis.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Sorry Fred can't be here today. I spoke to him last night and he said that he was going to have a look at your use of speed, your progress, and whether there's any hesitancy.
That's what he said, yeah.
Okay. So when this is going to be one of my least comfortable ones.
Sorry?
Nothing, just having a little brain burp. If you were waiting to come out of a junction, for example,
Yeah.
so we're at a T-junction like this one up here, and we're looking to see whether we can turn to the left, how would you judge when it's safe for you to do that, when there's a big enough gap for you to be able to do that?
Oh, the walk across, drive across road.
Okay, can you explain that to me? How does that work?
Well, that's a car coming from my right. If I can walk from one side of one curve to the other and back again, without making that vehicle slow, stop or swerve.
Okay, so the car's coming from your right, you've only got to be able to walk it once. No, ignore that, yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. So, what if we were crossing traffic? So what if we were turning to the right, and there was traffic coming from your right?
Oh, we just need to walk from one curve to the other.
Very good, yeah. Use of speed then.
Shall I get myself ready?
Yeah, why don't you just get yourself ready?
Just that wrong. Stuck in your questions there, haven't you?
Yeah.
You 3 subjects, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm uncertain.
Sorry?
We'll do it and I'll come back to it and I'll quiz you on it.
Use of speed. Easy to ask questions on that, isn't it?
Is that making sure we don't go over the speed limit or get up to it?
No. If the speed limit was 30 mile an hour, would it be always safe to do 30 mile an hour?
Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm with you.
Position for normal driving?
Yeah, how do you judge a normal position?
What is your position for normal driving?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, just tell me what you can see in your centre mirror, please, Tony.
See this black framey bit?
Yep.
I'm using that as a frame. I'm using the back window as a picture. I put the frame around the picture, I hung it straight. I can see all 4 corners of the back window. I can even see a bit of my head straight and a bit of yours.
Very good. And what can you see in your door mirror?
About 2 finger widths of the car, the sky, horizon and road.
Very good. And the left?
Again, about 2 finger widths of the car, the pavement, horizon, and just about see the top, a little bit of the sky.
Perfect. Alright, we'll drive on when you're ready then, please, Tony.
And turning right.
Turning right, please, Tony.
And turning left.
Turning left, please.
And turning left.
Turn left again, please, Tony. So when we stop there, Tony, we don't need to put the handbrake on, and because what we want to do is get moving as soon as it's safe for us to do it. Stand behind us just a moment, so we're alright to talk about this for a second. So what we want to do is you pull up, if you get your clutch down, change the gear nice and early, and then start looking.
What do you mean nice and early?
So as you're approaching, so say...
Well, my wife always says put the handbrake on.
Okay, we don't always have to do that, because we might not have to stop. Yeah. It is a closed junction, so we definitely need to slow right down to a walking speed. But if we start looking early, we might be able to get out without stopping. Okay? So if we crawl nice and slow on that last part, and if there's a safe gap, then we can continue to move without stopping. Okay, by putting the handbrake on, we're slowing ourselves down, aren't we? If there is a safe gap, we're going to have to take time to put the handbrake off and get moving. Does that make sense? No?
No, Ron. Have you asked me...
What's the danger of stopping at the junction if it's safe to go, Tony? What's the danger of putting the handbrake on?
People behind just have to wait, don't they?
Okay, what if they're expecting you to go?
Still have to wait, don't they?
Yeah, if
they can't drive through me, can they?
No, but they can try. Yeah, if they see a big gap coming up and they're expecting you to go, they might still be looking up the road for a gap for them, start moving forward expecting you to have gone, and they could go into the back of you before they realise. Not everyone's as careful as you are. Yeah.
I've had a few hand signals that I haven't seen in the highway code before.
Yeah, that's people getting impatient, isn't it? So they might even try and overtake you and get round, which would be unsafe.
Oh, I've had that happen before as well,
yeah. So those are all good reasons why we don't want to stop and put the handbrake on and wait.
Turning left.
Turning left, please, Tony. So, are we going to use the handbrake on this one?
There's a massive queue of traffic on mine.
Yeah.
No, there's not. No, keep moving.
Good. How are you judging your normal driving position here, Tony?
Sorry?
How are you judging where to put your position?
What, is there any problem then?
No? I'm just asking. Okay, now there's a problem with it.
Sorry?
Thanks for taking my eyes off him.
And turning left.
Turning left, please, Tony. Okay. So why did you decide to use the handbrake on this crossroad? It's fine. Why did you choose to?
Oh, if you sit with your foot on the foot brake, you dazzle people behind you.
Yep.
Go into neutral. Then you rest your feet.
If you're going to be sat there for a while, if you're at the front of the queue, it might be worth staying in first so you're ready to move off.
Might be worth it.
It would be worth staying. You should stay in first. So you're ready to move off when the lights change. If you're quite a few cars back, then it's alright to take it out of gear and rest for a little bit. But if you're at the front, you're going to be the first person moving. Do you remember what we said at the junction? If you were stopped there and people are expecting you to go.
Oh yeah, don't hold people up here.
Drifting out a little bit, but then that van was on the corner, so that was kind of alright because we were dealing with that, but it was a little bit early. It's very important that we keep our normal driving position. What's the danger of us getting too far out to the right?
It's really dangerous. You might get hit by an oncoming vehicle.
You might mind you, what would the danger be if we drifted too far to the left?
I never did that.
No, but if you did?
Get loads of punches and hit the curb, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So it's very important that we don't drift out to the right. So how can you judge your normal driving position, Tony?
I just know it.
Okay. Well, just for the moment, can you tell me where the white line in the middle of the road cuts into the front of the car? For where you are.
White line in the middle of the road?
Yeah, can you see this dashed white line next to this island here? At the edge of the hatching?
It keeps moving.
Can you see where the curb cuts into the front of the car, Tony?
Turning left.
Turn left, please, Tony.
Can't see where the curb cuts into the car.
Yep. What does it look like touching for you? Okay. So if we keep that reference point in mind, if the curb starts to get away from that point, then that's a sign that we're drifting out. So let's try and keep that curb in the same place when we're driving. Does that make sense? What's the danger of coming away from the curb?
What's the danger of what?
Of coming away from the curb, of drifting away from it.
I don't know what you mean.
What's the danger of us coming too far over to the right, Tony.
Oh, okay, why not come on vehicle?
Yeah. So to stop that, we can use the curb, because we were drifting a little bit a few roads back there, where we had the parked van.
I find it very distracting keeping watching that curve all the time.
You don't go watch all the time, just a quick glance. You might find it helpful to have a look in your left door mirror and your right door mirror, just a quick glance, and just compare the distance between the curb in the car and the centre line in the car, and just make sure they're both about the same distance away.
When I ride my moped,
Yeah.
I tend to look well ahead.
Yeah, that's another good way that will help you, because if you're looking well ahead, your brain's telling your hands what to do. It'll help to keep you centred in your lane. So when we were on that road after we passed the parked van, do you remember there was a bollard in the middle of the road coming towards us, a traffic thing?
Yeah,
Yeah. Where were you looking at that point?
at the bollard.
Okay, so you weren't looking right down the road. So if we try that then, if we try looking right down the road and see whether that helps with your positioning. Okay.
It's kind of a shaded bit in the middle of the road.
Yeah, so you can use that if you line the car up over that shaded bit.
What do you mean?
Help. So that,
Well, turning left.
turning left please Sam. That dark bit in the middle of the road is where the cars have been going over it. So if you keep an eye on that as well, you can use that.
Let me keep an eye on it. What do you want me to
If
do?
you make sure that goes under the car, Tony, you'll be in the right place.
Under the car on your side? Or under the car on this side?
Under the car in the middle, Tony.
Oh, in the middle. Follow the signs for Luton.
Follow the signs for Luton, please, Tony.
Not sure the speed limit is a 40.
No, it's 30, Tony. Did you see the speed limit signs as we came onto the roundabout?
Roundabout, turn right.
You turn right at the roundabout,
Follow
please,
the
Tony.
signs for the airport.
Following the signs for the airport. See the new speed limit sign?
Oh, it's dual carriageway. It's 70 now, isn't it?
No, we've just passed a red sign, red circle telling us 50 miles an hour, Tony.
This way.
Yeah. So what I'm going to get you to do is see if you can spot any more speed limit signs as we're driving along. Just call out when you see them. You see a reminder post on the left there, telling us. Yeah, good. So if we just push that speed up a little bit there, Tony, we've got a lot of cars trying to get past us.
A bit.
So we need to try and get up to 50 miles an hour if it's safe for us to do it. Do you think at the moment it's safe for us to do 50?
The press really, Europe is not going anymore.
Okay, so sometimes it's better to drop a gear. So just give
Drop the
yourself-
gear.
Just give yourself a bit of space with that gear there. So,
Drop the gear.
yeah, so to come down a gear, which you've done now,
Oh,
you're into fourth. Okay.
I'm down 50 now. You speak a different language than Fred. I
So at the moment, can you see in your left door mirror and your right door mirror? Are they about the same distance?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Good.
Same distance, yeah.
So we can use that as a guide. So make sure that we're in the middle of our lane. What would the danger be of drifting over into that right-hand lane?
Got hit by that van.
Yeah, very good.
In the right position now.
Yeah, your position's very good right now, Tony. Whereabouts are you looking?
In that door mirror and that door mirror on equal distance.
Good. And where are you looking as we're driving forward?
Well ahead.
Very good. Would you like to take responsibility for your positioning, Tony?
Yeah, I would, yeah. I'm gonna have to do it in my test in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
You are, aren't you?
Roundabout, we're going to turn right all the way around the roundabout back down to the side.
I'd like to go right all the way back down the same route, please, Tony. Speed limit now, Tony?
30. Just on the side.
Sign that would have if it was 70?
Oh yeah, that black and white thing.
Yeah, national speed limit sign. What speed are you doing at the moment, Tim?
40.
What would the national speed limit be if we were on a single carriageway?
55.
Close to 60. 60 on a single carriageway.
Altogether confused. I was on a single carriageway the other day with my wife.
Yeah.
We had this central reserve between us and the lane opposite.
Yeah.
She was doing 70. I told her it should have been 60.
You'd have been right, wouldn't you?
Sorry?
You'd have been right, wouldn't you?
She said I'm wrong.
She was doing 70 on a single carriageway with the central reserve.
Yeah, we had these kind of barriers between us and the opposite lane. Well, it was only one lane.
Okay. Drive on that, please, Tony. Sorry. I'm gonna have a little think about that when I get back to you. Sorry, Tony.
You don't have to do the speed limit. It's not a target, is it?
We want to try and get up to the speed limit when it's safe for us to do it. Is it always safe to do the speed limit?
No.
So sometimes we're not able to.
But sometimes, if you're not in a hurry, you can just put it along.
What speed are you doing at the moment, Tony?
Just hitting 50.
Okay, so if you're driving along below the speed limit, what impact is that going to have on other people?
No.
It's going to slow them down, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's going to slow anyone behind you down, isn't it?
They can overtake me.
They can at the moment on a dual carriageway. What if it was a single carriageway?
They can still overtake me.
Not always. What if it was a country road? Alright, country road, bad example.
Sorry?
Bad example. I realised as soon as I said it. It's not always safe to overtake, is it, Tony?
Following signs for local traffic.
What signs for local traffic, please, Tony? Is it always safe for people to overtake?
No.
No.
They've got
Have you ever been in traffic where you've been behind a tractor or something like that for a very long time because they haven't pulled over? Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get anywhere, doesn't it? Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing. You're going to be able to go a lot faster than a tractor, but
I don't get where you're coming from. And turning right.
Turning right, please, Tony. What we don't want to do is slow people down. We want to make progress when we can. So they're thinking about your test that's coming up in a few weeks, Tony. All right, is it safe for us to go, Tony? Yeah.
Did
you hear that? Yeah. Why do you think that was?
Sorry?
Why do you think that was?
Yeah.
Okay, it's because we were sat there for quite a while when the roundabout was clear.
Why was everybody in such a hurry today?
People have got places to get to, haven't they? Yeah. What if that person behind hadn't looked around and they just assumed that you'd gone because it was safe for you to? What could have happened then?
He's got Specsavers, isn't he?
Yeah, he needs. Yeah. But where's his car going to go in the meantime while he's waiting for his appointment? Where's his car going to go?
Probably get inside, couldn't he?
He's going to go into the back of the car. Yeah, if they don't look around properly, if they don't do their observations, and they assume that you're going to go because it's safe, and they start to drive forward, they might not see in time.
Turning right.
Turning right to the roundabout, please, Tony.
All the way around the roundabout.
All the way around and
down
back
the other
down.
side.
So, is it safe for us to go, Tony?
No, shall I get there?
Well, you can start looking nice and early, can't you? So, anyone coming?
No.
No, let's go. Come on.
Let's make sure that
Okay.
motorbike's not going to come
Yeah.
round.
If there's a safe gap, we need to be ready to take it.
Got to get there first, though, haven't I?
No, we want to start looking nice and early. So on approach, start looking ahead and to the right. Start judging what speed cars are coming round at, what lanes they're in, what signals they've got on, and then make a decision about whether you can keep moving or not. If you can keep moving, we will. I'll help you on the next one. What's the danger of driving too slow, Tony?
Sorry?
What's the danger of driving too slow when it's safe for us to keep moving?
Oh, I'm driving at the speed limit now.
Yeah, that's good.
Turning right all the way around the roundabout, back down.
Turning
the other
right
side.
all the way back down the opposite side, Tony. What I want you to do is start looking ahead now, looking at the cars that are coming round. Are there any cars coming at the moment?
No.
Keep moving, Tony, keep moving. We want to be at about 15-20 miles an hour at the moment, Tony. Okay, we can keep going. So, was that better than stopping and then looking?
So I just look ahead.
You look ahead and to your right because that's where you've got to give way to.
Signs for local traffic.
Roundabout, I'd like to follow the signs for local traffic, please, Tony. So you can see the sign coming up. We know there's a roundabout coming up. So as soon as we get round the bend, we're going to start looking at the roundabout and at the traffic that's on it. Looking ahead and to your right. Is there anything coming?
No.
There's a black car, but he's coming off. Anything coming from the right? No. Let's keep moving, Tony. Keep moving. That was a bit better. So just coming back to the speed thing.
What speed thing?
The use of speed and making sure that we try and get up to the speed limit when it's safe for us to do that. What if we were on a road and it was quite a busy road, there was a lot of traffic, but we were going 20-30 miles under the speed limit? What's the car behind likely to do?
Overtake us.
Okay. And what if they try to overtake and then it becomes unsafe because another vehicle's coming very quickly the opposite way? What's going to happen then?
Well, they shouldn't overtake there, should they?
we're almost forcing them to, aren't we? We're saying you either need to overtake or go very, very slow.
Oh, you mean they get frustrated?
Yeah, they get frustrated. Would here be a safe place to overtake, do you think?
No, not unless you wanted to be sucking on the island.
No, exactly. So if somebody was following and they were getting really frustrated because they've been following you for the last 5 miles at the speed, or at a slow speed, that was suitable for the road, then they may try and overtake without realising that they're out, mightn't they?
Well, they wouldn't see the islands.
Well, they might not.
Definitely need to go to the aspects there, isn't
Might get road rage, mightn't they?
Not very good at these roundabouts. I think I'll put my test off for a couple of months.
Don't need a couple of months, Tony. General drive's very good. So what's the trick with the roundabouts? What do we want to do to improve it?
I don't know, the examiner's not going to help me like you're helping me, is he?
No. So would you like me to step back a little bit and just ask you what you're going to do at them?
What, you mean let me have a go on my own?
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll give
What
that
if
a
it
go.
goes wrong?
I'm here, I'm not going to let you do anything dangerous.
Oh. So you want me to take responsibility?
Yeah, if you'd like to take
I
responsibility.
don't normally do that. Well, I'll
Okay.
have a go. At the roundabout, we're going to turn right all the way around the roundabout, back down to the
So
centre.
turn right at the roundabout, please, Tony, all the way back round and down.
No signal there.
What's the reason for that? Very good.
To the left as well. Come on.
Yep.
Go there. Go there, he's blocking.
Very good, yeah. You can use blockers. It's very good judgment there, Tony. We waited until there was a safe gap, but we didn't wait for to miss any.
Right at the lights.
Right at the lights, please, Tony.
I didn't have to stop at that red light, did I?
Not for the red light, no. It was good that you stopped for the pedestrian because she was already out in
How
the
do
road.
I know I don't have to stop at that red light? Because it's kind of well into my road, isn't it?
Okay, so at a normal red light, what do you have on the ground in front of you, on the floor in front of you?
Oh, a solid white line.
Yeah, was there a solid white line there?
No, there wasn't, no. No.
So that means it's not affecting you.
Oh, okay.
It's
That
for
makes
people
sense, yeah.
on the opposite side. Speed limit now, Tony?
20. What's my observations like in these crossroads?
Observation's very good at the crossroads, Tony. You're looking into each of the roads, aren't you? What's the reason for that?
Sorry?
What's the reason for that? Why do you do it?
Fred said I'm very good at it.
Yeah. So what are you looking for?
Anybody jumping the lights?
Good.
Lifted my confidence a bit when he gives me praise. Because
Did very well with it.
sometimes I have bad days and I make mistakes. But then he gives me praise on the good things I can do. It makes you feel a bit better.
Your observations have always all been very good today, Tony.
At one point I was nearly going to cancel my test.
You shouldn't do that, Tony. You're doing very well. A bit of practice on these roundabouts now that you've started looking ahead, and you'll feel a lot more confident.
Turning left,
Turning
just in
left,
front of
please,
the
Tony,
hotel.
just in front of the hotel.
And turning right.
Turning right, please, Tony.
Just going to go past those learner cars on the left.
Just past the learning cars on the left, please.
And we're going to pull up on the right hand side of the service road.
I'm pulling up on the right hand side of the service road, please.
How do I do?
You did well, Tony. You did well. You spent the speed limit signs just fine. Your position was a lot better, wasn't it, after we looked at how you're going to judge it. You didn't drift any after that, and your hesitancy was getting better when we were looking further ahead before we got there.
Right, now relax. How did you perform in that?
Not so great.
Sorry?
Not so great. I wasn't sure on the subject at all. I don't know why, it's obvious really.
What do you mean you weren't sure on the subject? How many
I know,
times? You covered the subject more times than you've had our dinners, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, just because you're out teaching on a pink licence, don't think your training's finished.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah?
Believe me.
Yeah. Some of that, I had to really push you by coming up with, I think I should cancel this test for a couple of months, yeah?
Yeah.
You weren't passing back responsibility for anything, yeah? I think you'd have talked me through every roundabout if I hadn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, probably.
No, ain't gonna go down too well, is it?
No. No.
Yeah? Why were you trying to get me to pick a reference point with the centre line in the middle of the road, yeah?
That was a stupid move, wasn't it? I realised after I got you picking the curb up. Yeah. Don't know, brain burp.
Yeah, I asked you a question about my wife driving along a single carriageway road
Central
with
reservation.
a centre reservation in the middle that cannot be crossed. In other words, there's not a solid white line. Could be grass verge or a crash barrier.
Yeah.
A dual carriageway doesn't mean to say it's got to be more than one lane, yeah? What defines a dual carriageway is the central reserve in the middle.
Okay.
A dual carriageway could be one lane. The word dual stands for traffic going that way, divided by a physical central reserve, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
So when you're out in your travels, if you come across a single lane divided by a central reserve and it's got a national speed limit, what's the speed limit?
70.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on a dual carriageway.
Not apparently, it's definitely.
No.
Yeah?
Dual carriageway with two lanes either side,
Yeah.
and then you get roadworks take a lane off, and there's no speed limit signs. Is that still going to be a 70 then?
Well, unless they
Central
put signs
reserve.
up to say differently, yeah?
Right. Okay.
You've been on the A5 over at Milton Keynes?
Yeah. Loads.
Many lanes has it got?
Two. Both sides.
Only got 2?
Yeah, 2 bad sides for the most part.
Have you never travelled a little bit further along the A5?
Oh, you mean past the big roundabout? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
many lanes
okay,
you
that
got
goes
in?
down to 1 lane.
And some of it's got 3 lanes, isn't it?
Yeah, the start bit after the
Yeah,
roundabout.
the amount of lanes don't dictate whether it's dual carriageway or not. It's a central reserve. In other words, it's not a solid white line which you could cross. It's a central reserve that you physically would have to crash through or drive across a grass verge to get to the other side.
Yeah.
That's what dictates a dual carriageway, yeah?
Okay. Learned something. Thank you.
Yeah, you need to watch some of your instruction there. Was I've never heard it come from you before. I didn't understand it. I couldn't make head or tail of it. Don't be using that with your pupils because it's just bad practice.
Yeah.
Shows you're getting lazy. I have to be able to understand what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, some of your pupils might understand it, but I'm not going to play along with it. Don't fall into bad habits, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that trainee license? Is it a license to learn or a license to learn?
Learn.
Exactly. Right, I'll give that a pause. Generally, the ingredients were there, yeah? But you missed the point.
Yeah.
Test coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
You're forgetting that, you know, once you got the point across, come back and question me on it and ask me if I'd like to take responsibility for it, yeah?
Yeah, I know that.
That's going to be really important on your standards check.